It's JT for Bulletproof for BJJ, and today we're talking all about ankles. How can you improve your squat? Fix your ankles. A lot of you out there may really struggle with the depth of your squat, and a lot of the time people don't know why. One of the key problems is tight calves and also tight ankles. So we have to start at the root of the problem, which is your foot. First things first, foot prep. Have a look, guys. So I'm using our good friend, the lacrosse ball, and I'm just working from just under the calcaneus, your heel bone, through the arch of my foot to the ball of my foot. Just working in there, just warming up the tissues. Now here's the thing, for a lot of you, this will be very uncomfortable. Good, you need this. So it's really important that we don't just focus on the arch, we're gonna work through the midfoot and also to the outer part of the foot as well. Once you feel you've warmed up the tissues, because takes a little bit of time to take the edge off, I'm now going to plant my big toe and all my toes on the ground. I'm positioning the lacrosse ball just beyond my heel. Now from here, I want to drop as much of my body weight as I can handle into that point. For you at home, it might only be about 40%. For me, I'm trying to make it more like 60%. From here, I'm going to squat in and move my knee over my toe as far as I can go and come back. You might feel a bit of creaking and cracking through your ankle and your foot. That's okay, don't stress. As long as you're not getting any acute pain in your knee, continue. Keeping my toes firmly planted on the ground, I'm also looking to drive my heel directly down to the ground. What I'm doing is stretching the major connective tissues underneath the sole of my foot, which is very uncomfortable. I'm just gonna do two more. Locking out, pushing my knee over my toe, dropping my weight in as much as I can, trying to keep my heel down. One more. It's not a lot of fun, but it's very beneficial. Oof, there we go. Okay, now we're going to leave the lacrosse ball alone and we're going to have a look at how we can address your tight calves. Come have a look. From here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to position the roller at about my mid-calf. I'm going to lift my hips up and I'm just working from my upper calf, my gastrocnemius, down to my soleus, down around my Achilles. Now for some of you, you might find the upper calf is really uncomfortable. For some of you at home, it might be the lower calf and close to the Achilles. Now, once you've found your point, now for me, it's kind of mid-calf, I'm actually going to cross my leg over to add more weight. And then I'm just going to work back and forth at that point. Now, this might be too much for you. If you're finding this too uncomfortable, you can deload and just use the weight of one leg. But if you want to dial this up, you can even actively push down through your other foot to make that more intense. Now, once you've done 10 repetitions, I want you to now pull your toe back and point your toe. Ooh, indeed. That is going to intensify how much you feel the roller pressing into your calf. Now, what you can do, if you want to take this up one more level again, continue to roll as you do this. This will make it more effective so you get better mobility gains when we take the next step. Let's take the next step. So, common problem, guys. When people are doing their ankle mobility, they have restriction. So when people come to this position and want to stretch through their lower calf and improve their ankle mobility, they want to push their knee over their toe, but they feel a jamming sensation at the front of the ankle. Also, they may feel some pain in their knee because they're not getting the movement they want at the ankle, which is causing a degree of tightness and stiffness around the knee. This is where using a band to traction our ankle really helps. Let me show you how. So, first things first, a lot of people have been doing this wrong. Let me help you out. Make sure that our heel is firmly planted. I'm also going to make sure that the band is sitting across my ankle and not resting on my tib and fib. I do see people doing this with the band higher, but that is not the purpose of the band. From this position, we have a small bone called the talus bone. And when we dorsiflex, it will slide out of the way. But for some of us, it's a bit jammed and it doesn't move the way it wants or the way we want it to. From here, I position the band and that creates a degree of pressure at the point, which allows the talus bone to slide back and allows me more range over the front, bringing my knee over my toe. Really important, do not lift your heel off. A lot of people with tight Achilles and tight calves think they're improving their ankle mobility when they lift their heel. This is not the case. Keep your heel firmly planted, make sure the band is down. You'll notice I have it down on an angle to help pull the talus bone back and down. And from here, I'm pushing my knee firmly over my toe and actively pushing my heel into the box as well. I hold this position from anywhere from 25 to 45 seconds, depending on how intensely I want to create the stretch through my lower calf. Now I ease that back off. By prepping the tissues of our feet and our calves, you will better utilize the traction band mobility for your ankle, which will mean you will have a better squat. Try it out, guys.